Hi, welcome back to Bob's Corner. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Barb. We're in my yard today. It is the end of May, and I kind of want to bring you along and show you what I have going on here. I'm blind as a bat, so this is the first time I'm actually wearing my glasses while I'm doing a video. But let's get to it. So here's my garlic. I haven't seen any garlic scapes come up yet, but wow, they are doing wonderful. All this rain we've been having is really doing wonders for this garden, and this is early. We don't usually start planting here until June typically, or now, end of May, beginning of June. But I took a chance and started planting early April, and this is where I'm at the end of May. You can see the end of my not the end of, but at the end here is my asparagus. I did get a couple out of here, so this is I planted this in here last year. So it's a full year since I've had it. So I think I'm gonna do pretty good next year as far as asparagus goes. But I did get a handful that I just ate straight out of the garden, raw. I love raw asparagus. So what I have here is I planted some watermelon, bush baby watermelons that I started inside. And next to that are those, I'll try and put a picture up, but I think they call them like trumpet squash on each side of it. And I'm hoping it will run along like a vine along the ground next to the watermelon. So the trumpet squash, I believe you can eat them when they're young, like a zucchini, or wait and let them turn into a winter squash like a butternut. But these are very big squashes, or supposed to be. No guarantees with my gardening, but we'll see what comes out as the season continues. So here are a couple of little snacking peppers that I started from seed, from grocery store peppers. They're doing okay. It's been cold, but they are still surviving. Got some weeds in here. Don't want competition. Get rid of the weeds. But they seem to be doing okay. Here's my onion patch. Let's see if I can back it up a little bit. They're doing good. I think I see a red bulb starting right here. So, I don't know if you can see that, but right there is a red onion, and we'll see if it turns into a bulb. They're doing very well. They're very thick. The stems are very thick. So we'll see. Hopefully they'll be okay, and I just won't end up with an entire onion patch of green onions. They'll be fine too, because I can always just cut them down and use it as a green onion powder. I have not sugar snap peas, I'm sorry. At least I don't think they're sugar snap peas. I think they're just regular peas back there. And those I direct sowed. So they're doing really good. Although I do see a lot of big weeds in there I need to pull out. So I had 2 cauliflowers, and they both got munched on, either by a bunny. I think it was a bunny. I have seen a groundhog in my backyard this year. Usually it's in my back neighbor's yard, but this year he ventured out into my yard. So maybe it's him, but this one was chewed all the way down, so I'll just pull that up. This one, so nice of the bunny, he left 1 leaf. So I just kept it in here, And this is the leaf he left behind, and it's coming back. So I have to thank him for being generous and leaving me a leaf where the plant can continue. So now I'm trying to keep it protected with this little wire rack for now. These are my cucumbers. I did get a cucumber already, and of course I picked it. I was in shock. I did not realize that there were any bees around this early, being it's been so cold to pollinate the flowers. But lo and behold, I had a cucumber. So the ones that I direct sowed have also come up. So right there, back there, and these other ones that I thought were gonna die in the house. I took the chance. I really did not think they would survive, but they did. So don't give up. Don't give up on your plants. You never know what they will do. Got my ground cherries here. This one's a little small, but then again, it has been cold. And these are growing. These are doing really well. So hopefully they will provide me with some ground cherries. These are my Yukon Gold potatoes. I'm growing them in the bags. And they're doing very well. I was backfilling. I can probably still backfill some more. But I think I'll just let it go from here and see what I end up with. But they're doing very well with the rain. My blueberry plant, the one that survived, came from Gurney. So it's doing okay so far. And here's the other one. I think it's dead. I haven't contacted Gurney yet. I'm waiting to see what it does. This is the one that had the broken piece on it, but it just seems the green is going away. It's just turning all brown at this point. Here's my rhubarb. I was pretty upset a little while ago because my gardener mentioned when it starts getting like this, cover it with a black container or a dark container so the sun doesn't filter through, and it promotes leaf growth. Well, I did that and I thought it killed my plant. I waited the month, I took the cover off, and whatever stems I did have were rotted. But it's not. I started digging around in here and it looks like I still have greenery. It came back. So I think what happened was we had too much rain. And if we didn't have that amount of rain, maybe it would have worked. But, you know, live and learn. I won't be doing that again. I'll just let it naturally grow however it wants to grow without trying any tricks. I want to show you my blackberries. These are those German blackberries. I don't even, Schwarzen something they're called. And they're doing very good. I even have some flowers on here, surprisingly. So we'll see. I'm like very excited. This is something new that I saw and decided to try. And I was kind of proud of myself that I was able to even start them from seed inside. These are my contender beans right here from Haas Tools. So I brought you along when I planted these. And in here, these are the ones from Baker Creek. I had 50 seeds, I believe. So I only got 6 plants out of the entire 50. So what I did was I bought a jalapeno pepper plant and stuck it in here because mine didn't germinate. Here I have my, I think these are also snacking peppers right here. And they're very small. So again, store-bought peppers. Let's see what happens. And these are the Roma beans, the flat beans that I got. Where did I get those from? I don't remember. I don't remember, but they're doing pretty good. So hopefully I'll get some flat beans. And then look at my sorrel. I've been clipping these big stalks with the, with these, and the chickens just love it. Well, my chickens love the sorrel, but the chickens just love this. So I've been sharing. It's, it's gonna reseed a little bit, and the rest of the chickens will eat. I did plant some basil that I started from seed. I stuck them in here. And this is, I believe, the Roma tomato I thought was not gonna make it. But I put a cage around it. It looks like it's growing. It's doing good. And of course the onions. The onions are doing good as well. So these were the last of the bunch that I ordered this year. So these will be easier to track to see how they are doing as far as bulbing goes. So it'll be fun. These are more ground cherries. I had a couple of extras that in the end germinated. And because they took so long to germinate, I was not gonna let them go to waste. So I planted them in here. So there's 2 here, but I have a mystery plant. At first, I thought, because of how it came up with these 2 little leaves, I thought this was either a cucumber or maybe a squash plant, but I have a feeling this is a sunflower that popped up. Remember this bed with all the bell peppers from the seeds that I started? They're still alive. I think one may have died, but they are still alive. And yes, I did have to pull one. One did die. So in its place, I put this yellow pear cherry pepper. Not cherry pepper. Yellow pear cherry tomatoes. So I still have to stake this up because it's starting to flop over a little bit, but it's doing very well. And I started this from seed. I don't know where I got the seeds from, but they were pretty old, and I thought, let me give it a shot. And only one germinated. I don't know how many seeds I did, but one germinated, so I stuck it in here. And I put a little basil plant in there. I'm still not done setting up my garden here. The garden's a mess. I still need to set things up, clean things up, add more mulch. So that's what I'm gonna do. I thought I'd bring you to these beds here. This is the fire pit with all the little garlic cloves. My little experiment to see how big those little ones will grow, how big the heads will be. So my little experiment here. And this is, I think this is a Cherokee purple heirloom tomato. I think that's what my back neighbor grew that shared with me. So I germinated the seeds from those tomatoes, and this is what I have. It's actually, I'm in shock. It's actually getting flowers already. So I believe this is an indeterminate tomato plant, which I don't know what I'm gonna do when it gets too big, because this will definitely outgrow this cage. So I may end up getting like a bigger cage, one of those red square ones, and encase the entire planter and tomato plant into that big square red cage. I gotta look into that. My strawberry patch. Oh my goodness. And I have strawberries in here. Oh, this one's blushing. These are blushing in here. I really love this plant. Love, love, love it. It's with the white flowers and it is multiplying. So what I think I'm gonna do is when I empty out my garlic beds, because next year I won't be planting so many because I'll have so many. I'm gonna take one of the garden beds and transplant these strawberries into it and let it just fill up that garden bed. That one of those raised beds back there. Excuse the mess. I still have, like I said, I have a lot of cleaning up to do. Oh, you see back there? Let me bring you over there. These are my Pixwell gooseberries. They're green. I did make the mistake. I should have ordered, I think, the pink. But that's okay. I'm happy. These I got from Walmart. I purchased them online. And look at them. I am so impressed with my Walmart purchase. More so than my Gurney purchase. And it was a sale. You buy a 3-pack. So that's what I did. And they're thriving. So who knows? Maybe I'll be able to make some gooseberry jam this year. I feel intimidated making jams, but I will give it a shot. And maybe even bring you along just so you can see how I messed that whole thing up. But yeah, these are my Pixwell gooseberries. Can't wait. All right, back to the garden beds by the house. So these are my squashes. And I believe, I'm trying to remember what I did. I think these are the yellows. Let me look. Yes, the crooknecks. And not 8 balls, but they're the round yellows. And you can see the leaf right here. That one right there. Apparently, I got heavy-handed with fertilizer and I should just not fertilize, and I burned it. So that's a fertilizer burn. Lesson learned. Wait to fertilize. But I was just so excited. I just wanted to make sure they got enough food, and yeah, I overstuffed. But not sure what is coming up here. I don't know what that is. It looks almost like a tomato plant. Same over there. And I think I don't remember if I had tomatoes in this bed last year or not. But I'm gonna wait and see what happens and just let it go. And these are the other onions here. They're a little slow going. So yeah, this one right here is another one of those trumpet squashes. Like I said, I was hoping it's gonna vine, because then I can just let it come all along this area and fill this in with greenery. That's my way of thought. So in this bed, I have a mom I stuck in there that I germinated. So we'll see how that comes out. I usually buy the mums, but I decided to try the seeds. I had some. They were old. And out of 12, only 1 germinated. So back here, where am I? Back here is the mum. These are the 8 balls. My zucchini did not germinate. I stuck some more seeds in there. They still haven't germinated. So I'm just gonna leave that spot open back there to plant more of these, like a succession planting. And this here, this is my spaghetti squash. Seeds that I used from a spaghetti squash I purchased at Aldi's. I dried the seeds out and I germinated it. Let's see if I get any spaghetti squash off of this. This here, I'm trying to use up some lettuces. I don't even know how to say it, mucilin mix or something. So I'm trying to use them up, and I have some radishes in here. And I've been picking some here and there. I picked a couple already, but yeah. It looks like something already came in and munched on a radish, unless I pulled it and broke it. My carrots came up, and I did another trumpet squash in that corner. So it goes along that way. I don't know what these are, but these are coming up everywhere. I don't know what those are. So I kept this all covered up. And this one here is a cabbage. That one there is a cabbage. And back there, I believe, are Brussels sprouts. And they're doing pretty good. I'm keeping them covered because last year, all my brassicas really got hit hard with whitefly. So I'm just keeping them covered. And in this bed, I've kept this one covered too because this is all kohlrabi here. I even see this one's already starting to grow. There's one right in there. I haven't really looked in here. So I've got one. Here's a volunteer onion, red onion. So we'll see if that one bulbs. That's from last year. It must have gotten buried. And I've got Chinese broccoli back here. So we'll see how these come out. This one's already, that one's already bolting. I should have picked that a while ago, but it's starting to flower. I'm just gonna let it go. And back there, can you see back there? Back there are my broccolis. So like I said, because of all the whitefly, I'm just keeping this all covered up. Now these strawberries, let's see, I have the tag here. Oh, it just broke. Okay. These are, I don't know what brand, Bonnie, Foodie Fresh. I do not like these. These have not multiplied, so it's just the same old plant from last year or even the year before, I don't remember, but I will always make sure that my strawberry plants, if I buy any more, will have the white flowers. I don't care too much for these red flowers. The berries are tiny and I'm not that impressed. Oh, look at that. I do have a berry. I don't like this plant. I would have loved for it to multiply. And it's not like this one. This one I have about 4 plants in here now that came about out of, I think, 1 or 2. So these multiply. I wanted to show you my romaine lettuce. I did end up buying some from my local nursery. One I had to pull up and eat, but typically what I'm doing is just pulling off the outer leaves and using them for salads or sandwiches, and they are doing so well here. They're doing really good. So these with my hydroponic countertop salad greens, I've been having some decent salads. So I thought I'd share this with you too. It's not big, it's nothing big, but it's something. Just a little something that I don't have to buy at the grocery store until these are all gone. Hi ladies, what you doing? Hi. Oh, you got a couple laying an egg. 2, 4, 5. So we have 2 in the nesting box or inside the coop. Mama, gotta get you some more water in here? Yeah, I'll get you some more water. I like to keep some water in here. They suck. Yeah, I'm gonna fill that back up. They have water on the other side and they have water inside. So they're good for water. I just like to keep it here where I can see them. They tend to gravitate to this one more so than the other containers of water. But it's starting to warm up. All right, so I think this is where I am going to end my video. And I want to say thank you once again for joining me in my garden. Well, I kind of gave you a little bit of an update how everything is doing. And I hope to see you soon. Until next time.